Throughout this week, Ghanaians were confronted with what has come to be known as the scholarship scandal, the Get Fund gollimorphery that sparked public outrage. But it's not as if we didn't know that Get Fund was awarding scholarships to many, some undeserving than others. However, the revelations in the Auditor General's report blew the minds of many. Politicians and lecturers who would ordinarily not be considered as needy were jostling with brilliant youth who were the target of the scholarship. To state the obvious, Get Fund is a fund, not a scholarship secretariat. This simply means it is a pool of money set aside to be administered by a trustee for the specific purpose of supplementing the financing of education. Get Fund's role is simply to fund agencies and allow them, which are specialists, to provide the targeted service. To be clear, the fund is targeted at brilliant but needy students to pursue their education. That means people who do not have the wherewithal and whose situation is so dire they have no options. And that's why the inclusion of the Executive Secretary of the National Council for Curriculum and Assessment, Prince Ama, raised eyebrows. Listen to his justification.
It was a struggle to get into and through senior high school. That is the very point I made when I applied for a scholarship from the Ghana Education Trust Fund back in 2012. My purpose was to acquire the competencies that would enable me contribute to the national mission of extending quality education to everyone.
Well, if you think his explanation does not suffice, wait till you hear that of the politicians who've been feeding off what the needy youth ought to be benefiting from. As you know by now, Education Minister Matthew Opoku-Prempeh and Deputy Majority Leader Sarah Adjah-Safo were among those named as beneficiaries. Both have justified their inclusion, essentially suggesting that it was to serve the populace better. Just take a listen to the Education Minister.
As a minister with oversight responsibility of the Get Fund, I have not taken money from the fund. It is absolutely false. The truth of the matter is, in 2014, we had an invitation from Harvard University to pursue a course, and Get Fund sponsored it.
So why will anyone classify ministers and members of parliament as needy? Well, Majority Leader Oseche Mensah-Bonsu says it is erroneous to conclude that MPs are not needy.
MPs are well endowed. I would suggest to you that it's not like that at all.
Again, the justification continues, and the opportunity cost of choosing to give that scholarship to a politician who, by the way, has more access to influence and funding than a poor, brilliant young student is denying that student the needed education. It is disgraceful for politicians, in spite of their many privileges, to enjoy scholarships meant for the underprivileged in society. It is also the case that the fund may have paid ghost beneficiaries, as some persons whose names appeared on the tour list denied ever receiving any such funds.
After I got the admission, I was seeking for sponsorship and I applied at Get Fund. I couldn't get to go in 2013. I had to defer the course for 2014, and in 2014, still the fees were not paid.
Unacceptable. But instead of, going for the heads of the Get Fund trustees and their legislative beneficiaries, some are busy condemning the Auditor General for simply doing his work. But Daniel Domilevo is unperturbed, and rightly so. He's calling the bluff of his critics who want him removed.
I've said it several times. We will remove him like how they removed Charlotte Rosse as a who's I care. I don't care. So if today I'm told I'll be removed, that is it. Full stop. Life doesn't end here. When I tell my children they shouldn't worry. At West, my father has a lot of farmland. I'll go and farm and feed this country.
Bringing to light what has been hidden for so many years and the inefficiency of the Get Fund, which is robbing the state of the needed development. But now, it remains to be seen what happens next after this. Will parliamentarians, as the people's representatives, inquire further into this to end this debacle? Will anyone be prosecuted for their role in this illegality? Or will the Get Fund talking end in vain? Our call tonight is to those with the power to make change. Consider the thousands of poor but brilliant students and their missed opportunities. Who will they turn to for help?